back. It's Lisa from Critters'n Ink Designs in Ontario, Canada. Thanks for joining me. Happy New Year. It's January the 2nd. Oh my gosh, January 2nd. It boggles my mind. So I hope you had a lovely New Year's Eve, um, whatever you did. We did nothing. We watched a couple of movies, had some appetizers and wine, and just relaxed. And it was lovely, absolutely lovely. A little bit of recharge after the few months of sickness that we've had around here. So it was nice, just we feel good, both of us. And we just decided that we were going to stay in and just have some apps and some wine and watch a couple of movies. And we watched, I don't know if you've ever seen the Venom movies. There's two of them. I think there's two. We watched two. And it starts off kind of like superhero-ish, but kind of weird. But the story is actually kind of fun. So we watched both of those, and then it was bedtime. So Happy New Year to us. It was really, really quiet. So yeah, so with the new year, obviously, comes a new catalog. So if you are Canadian and you don't have a Canadian demonstrator, I would love to send you a catalog. So in January, from January to April, this little mini catalog will start. And there's some beautiful things in it. Just gorgeous. And I've showed you a few things already, some of the papers and some of the stamp sets and things like that. And although I can't show you what's inside of the catalog for another couple days, but it does go live on the 4th. So if you don't have a catalog and you don't have a Canadian demonstrator, I'd be more than happy to send you one of these. Now the shipping will cost you $5, and you will receive that $5 back when you place your first order. So just let me know. And then also with the new catalog comes Celebration. If you're not familiar with Celebration, what it is it's Stampin' Up's way of giving back. So they do this once a year. Last year they did do it twice a year, and I think we all just felt that it was too much. So they do it once a year now, and it's going to be during the months of January and February. And how that works is for every $60 increment, you earn free product. So you can have like any number of increments. So for instance, if your order is $60, you'll receive one free product. If your order is $120, you can either choose two level ones for $60, the $60 level. There's all kinds of them. There's paper, stamps, ribbon, all kinds of neat things. Or you could get one level 2, which is for the value of a $120 purchase. But there's no limit. Like if you placed a $250 order, then you would receive three free items, like either 3 level 1s, 1 level 2, and a level 1. So lots of free stuff. And I think I've already got more than half of half of the flyer. So anyway, there's some really beautiful, I just saw one that I don't have, and I really, really want it. So I'm going to be placing an order on the 4th so that I can qualify for that. It's a $120 stamp set, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I've seen so many samples with it already from people who did pick it. And I'm thinking, why the heck didn't I get that one? But anyway, I am going to be getting that one. It's called Detailed Dogwood, and it's a stamp set, and it's absolutely stunning. So anyway, this starts in 2 days. And again, if you don't have a catalog, I'd be more than happy to send one to you. But what I'm doing today is a birthday card for our granddaughter who turns 3 this month. And I'm not using something out of the new mini. I'm actually going to be using something from our online exclusives. So the online exclusives are online exclusives. They're not going to be in any printed type of catalog. They're only available online. So let me switch to my desktop here, and I'll just show you really quickly our online exclusives. Now I couldn't figure out how to print the whole kit and caboodle, but here's just a sampling of like what's available. So we have the Garden Meadow set, which is beautiful. I thought I had actually ordered this, but I haven't, so I'm going to because I really love it. It's got like a wheelbarrow, little gate, some rain boots. The dies are beautiful. And then this is the one that we're going to be using today. It's called Fluffiest Friends. And there's some little critters as well as a beautiful little stamp set. So this is one of the cards that I've already made for it. So initially when I started doing her birthday card yesterday, I thought, oh my gosh, look at how cute this is. But then I got thinking, this is the perfect opportunity to do a shaker card. So I'm going to do basically the same card, but I'm going to make it into a shaker card because you know me, I love my shaker cards. And so I'm going to be showing you a couple of different techniques, including how to get this shiny, let me put this light on and see if that helps. Can you see the shine now? Not really, eh? Anyway, trust me, this is very glossy. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And then I put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the bees and on the flower pot. Not sure if that shows or not. I can't really see it in my monitor, but anyway, so this is the card that we're going to be making, but we're going to turn it into a shaker card. So let me grab my measurements here. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Look at this. Look at this. So this glass mat is a tempered glass mat from Stampin' Up that starts to be available on January the 4th. And what this is only available to, well, in my case, Canadians who decide to join Stampin' Up. And I would love to have you on our team. It's called Critters'n Creativity. And we're not a huge team, but we're growing. And so this is a starter, part of your starter kit when you sign up. So let me just grab my notes here and I can tell you exactly what it says. So the retail value of this is $82. And this is not available for purchase anymore. I was able to order this the 1st of December. And for those of us who missed the boat and weren't able to purchase this the first week of December or the first couple of weeks of December, aren't able to get it. So I'm really glad that I got one. But to join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator, your starter kit is you can choose $165 worth of product and only pay $135 plus shipping. Oh no, sorry, $135. That includes the shipping, and in Ontario there's no tax. So with this, during the month of January and February, you have the option to choose this glass mat, which comes with this silicone tray. Look at this, it gets on there. So if I'm trying to stamp and I'm trying to ink up my thing, this is not going anywhere. So it comes with this silicone mat and this little chamois cleaning cloth. Now you can see it's well loved. I absolutely love this thing. I hope that they bring this in independently to buy as a cleaning cloth. Now don't get me wrong, I love my chamois, like my other chamois that I use all the time. Don't ask me where, oh here it is. My purple chamois. I do love this thing. And you can see it's well used as well. This is probably my third one. I have a few of them because I take them like when I do classes and such. But I like this because you can, you know, use it to mop up anything. It's really flexible and soft. Love it. So this is your first choice. If you become a demonstrator, this is one of your choices to add on for no extra cost. Or if you decide that you have no interest in a glass mat, you can actually choose an extra $41 in free product instead of this. And that's $41 of your choice. You can go through any of the active catalogs or the online exclusives and just choose $41 through there. But you know what? Why wouldn't you want a glass mat? I've been playing with it a little bit, trying to get used to it. I've not really used a glass mat. I have one from another company, and to be honest with you, never used it. But I've been really playing with this. And one of the things that impressed me the most You know how when we used to use, yeah, like when we used to, not when we used to, when we do stamp with photopolymer stamps, you used to have to put something spongy underneath. And for some reason, I don't know if it's the rigidity of the glass mat, but you can just put this directly onto, here, let's test it, onto a block, and it will stamp beautifully without having anything under it to give it cushion. Because you know the red, oops, it's really stuck. The red rubber stamps have the built-in sponginess, and this does not. So let me grab a piece of cardstock here. So now I haven't used this one before, so a piece of cat hair, big surprise. Cat hair on everything. So when I stamp this, you're going to see the cat hair. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's confetti. Good Lord. Okay. Let's try that again. Between the cat hair and the confetti. Did I get it? Oh, that damn cat hair. Okay. There. Look at how pretty that is. Really solid with nothing on the background. There's my confetti. There. So, I mean, I don't know why it works, but it does. So, anyway, you can use it for blending. You can use it for, I used it the other day when I was playing with some embossing paste. Like, sky's the limit. You can do so much with this. Anyway, so if this interests you, let me know. If you'd like to become part of our team, I'd really love to help you out there. Or if you just would like to place an order with me, I'd be more than happy to accommodate you. And I will post this. Host code is on my blog. So I would really appreciate using the host code as well. If you wouldn't mind, that would be great. Okay, so to make this card, I'm going to put my bumblebee butt away so I don't lose it. Okay, so what did I do with my notes? Oh, here they are. So let's see, my card base. Let me grab my card here. My card base is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm using Petal Pink. And my designer series paper is 4. This one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this one, part of the B mine, is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's for the inside of my card. And then I have another piece of basic white that is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And then I just used a piece of scrap designer paper for my envelope flap. So, so let's get started. All right. So my card base, again, is 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to burnish that. And then this one actually can just get glued right onto my card base. So why don't we do that? This is the other side. Isn't that cute? Oh, love it. So let me just glue that. I'm just going to center that right on the front of my card like this. Looks like I have pencil on my card. better. So, okay, and then, so I'm going to take my hearts, and in my Fluffiest Friends dies, I'm going to be using a couple. So I'm going to use my, looks like a beehive. So let's go ahead and use that. And I'm going to cut out, I guess around there. So I've got it about 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm just going to put it there. And I'm just going to grab some washi tape. And tape it to my paper so it doesn't shift when I run it through the die cutter. All right, so let me just run that through really quickly. Okay, I'm just going to put this back here. We don't need it until we go to cut out our critter. So, I'll just gently peel that off. There. And I'm going to keep these little tapes. I'm just sticking them to the side of my desk here so that we can use them later. And don't throw out this part of your paper. You can probably use that on another card. See if I can get that off without tearing my paper. It didn't come off as nicely as I would have liked, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to put this aside because we don't need it. And then for the inside of my card, I'm going to center this on the back. So this is my 3 3/8 piece. So it's 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And I'm just going to take a little piece of washi tape and just anchor that here because I don't want it to shift. So I'm going to flip it over, and it did shift. Okay, let's just do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just taking a pencil, and I'm going to draw very lightly. I just want a little shade where I can see where I'm going to be stamping. So I can take this off. There. And let's see, we are going to use, the little bees, and I'm going to do, I did this little cat, but I really like this little cat, and my granddaughter, they have two cats, so I'm going to take this cat out and put him on a block because we're going to use him in a minute. And I'm going to put my little bees on a small block. Will it fit on a really small block? Yeah, it will. I always try to use the smallest block that I can get away with, and that I find, for me anyway, I have less chance of having halos if I use a block that, the smallest block that actually fits the stamp. So I'm just going to find a piece of scrap paper because I just want to make sure this is going to stamp okay. Yep. Oh, see? No. There. Okay. So I'm going to put, how do these guys go? They go this way. All right. So I'm going to put 3 little bees on this side and 3 little bees over here. Cute. All right, so those are our bees. And let's see, I'm going to grab a wink of Stella. And I'm just going to put a little bit of wink of Stella on their wings. And I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight stamp. No. Oh my gosh, just went blank. The alcohol marker. Hold on. Daffodil Delight. There, and I'm just going to color these guys in. Now, the reason I'm using an alcohol marker as opposed to the water-soluble markers, these are the water-soluble markers, and these are the alcohol markers. The Stampin' Blends are the alcohol, and these are the water-based. So you really don't want to be using a water-based ink over another water-based ink. The Memento is a water-based ink, and if I was to use the Stampin' Write markers, which are water-based, the black would smear, which you really don't want. So there's our little bees. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on the wings, but it's there. So cute. And then I'm going to take the scrap here. Is that going to fit my cat? Pretty snug, but yes, it will. So I'm going to stamp my kitty. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. That's not good. And I'm just going to stamp him right there. Now these are the cling stamps. The red rubber stamps are the cling stamps. And you can see I have a little piece of washi tape on his tail. And that's so that this stuff really clings, like really hard. So I put the washi tape under one part of the stamp so that it's really easy for me to grab it and pull it off the block. All right, so let me just give this a clean so I don't get ink on anything. And get the ink off my fingers so I don't get ink on anything. I don't know how I got all that red ink on me. Holy smokes. Oh, I know. When I was doing the bumblebee butt. Okay. I'll clean these guys as well while I'm at it, because I hate it when ink transfers onto something else. Okay, so now to color this, I should have grabbed my markers before and I didn't. So let me grab some of the markers that I used the other day. Okay, so I'm using the, I forget what these are called. These are like the skin tone markers. I forget what they actually call them. They must be part of the online exclusives. I'm going to check that out and let you know. So I've got, let's see, I have the medium 500. Let me grab my scrap and let's see what color that is. And then I have the dark medium. That's pretty dark. And I have light copper clay, which is one of the new in colors, which is really pretty. And then I also have the light medium. Okay, I really like that. So I think the first one I'm going to go in with is the dark medium. And I'm just going to go around Kitty like this. So basically I'm just coloring in where it's really already pre-shaded. So let me just pre-shade in there. Actually, I think this probably could be a little bit darker. Maybe I'll come in with something a little bit darker. So this looks like um, one of their cats. They have like a, what do you call that? A ragdoll, I almost said a ragdoll quilt, a ragdoll cat who, Quinn, he's absolutely beautiful, but he's more of a caramel color. I'm trying to think of how to describe Quinn. And then they have another calico who is more these colors. And her name is Ruby. Ruby is very lovely, but very shy. So I'm just going to come in a little bit here with a bit of dark. And the beauty of the alcohol markers is that they blend. So they blend with each other. So you get very subtle blending colors, and they always look great. So pretty. That's the dark medium. What color is that? Light medium? Yeah, let's use that one. Which one's copper clay? Oh, you know what? I think I want copper clay. I'll go with the copper clay here. So I've got two sides. I've got the brush tip and then I've got the bullet tip. I'm going to use the brush side on this one. And I'm just going to come in a little bit. I wish I could zoom in for you, but this doesn't seem to have zooming in capabilities. I don't know. Ever since I did an upgrade on my phone, it doesn't allow me to do zooming in like I used to be able to. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Okay. So cute. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in with the lighter. Just the lighter one. Let's see. I think I'm going to grab crumb cake. That's the dark one. Let's go in with the light one. Yeah, let's go in with the light one. I'm going to go in with the light crumb cake here. So cute. And I think I'm going to come in with, which one is this? Oh, that one's too dark. And this one is the dark medium. I can't remember the name of these markers, but I will look it up for you. Very cute. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the light crumb cake and just blend this to make it a smoother line. Now these markers, if you're on paper, if I had paper behind here, it would bleed through. But on the glass, there's no transfer of color whatsoever, so it's great for that. And then on his little nose, I have over here the dark copper clay. So I'm just going to put that on his nose. And I'm going to use the dark copper clay on this flower pot. And I'm just going to do the whole flower pot. So cute. And I have my Daffodil Delight for my little flower. Oh, I forgot a green. So let me grab a green. Granny apple green, why not? There's my Granny apple green. And I'm going to put Wink of Stella on the flower and the flower pot. I love my Wink of Stella. There. So let me find the die, and I'm going to cut out our little kitty. Let's see. I think it's this one. Is that you? Yep. Okay, so again, I'm just going to put a little piece of washi tape on there. And you don't need to. I just find it just stabilizes it a little bit. So, and you know, you can just keep reusing your washi tape. I mean, that's no big deal. All right, so I'm not going to bring my machine over. I'm just going to go over here and cut it out. And there's our kitty. So cute. Okay, and I'll put my die away so I don't lose it. All right, so let's get these out of the way. All right, so now to make our window for the shaker card, I'm going to need a piece of window sheet. Now our window sheet comes in 12 by 12 like this. And I'm just going to cut, oh, I have some cut already. Let me see if one of these pieces will be big enough. Yep, I can just cut this down. So no problem. So I'm going to cut, this is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to cut my window sheet to 3 3/4 by, no, I think a little bit smaller. 3 5/8, just because I don't want it to hang out. So 3 5/8 by, what did I say, 5 1/4. So I'm going to do 5 1/8. Five 1/8. Oops. There. Okay. So I need some tear and tape. So I've got my roll of tear and tape here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the outside of this sheet like this with my tear and tape. Now I did forget that I cut it. Oh no, it's the same size. Okay, so I'm fine. I thought I had cut the window sheet a little bit smaller, but I actually don't think I did. I think it's the same size as this. Now it doesn't matter if you're very close to the perimeter of the cutout, because the window sheet is going to be right, like the whole coverage of this, and the little sequins can't escape. It's more important when you're putting the foam strips so that the sequins can't escape. So let's just go ahead and remove the tear and tape backing. Oops. Sticking to me. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to, these are the same size theoretically. They are, and I'm wondering if I should make this a little bit smaller because I don't know how straight I'll be, but let's try it. We can always trim it. So I'm going to line this right up. And you can see it is a little bit longer here. So I'm just going to actually trim that away underneath here just a bit. Thought I had measured that, but obviously, obviously I didn't. Yeah, perfect. Okay. There we are. So there's our piece that we cut off. Now to make the, this is going to sit here like that. So I'm going to just erase really quickly my little lines of pencil that for when I drew, you know, where I wanted to put my bees and such. So get rid of that. And then I'm just going to actually glue that centered right on here. So let me grab my liquid glue. And I'm just going to center that on my card. Make sure it's opening the right way. Yep. Okay, and then, so this is going to sit like this with the shaker inside of there. So let me grab my, what did I do with those? My foam strips. So the foam strips come like this. You get 40 foam strips in a package. And what I want to do with these is, now these are very flexible, but you don't want to have any gaps in between anywhere where your foam strips are because your sequins or whatever you're using will fall out. So I'm going to just place this all the way around my hive. Now, if you wanted to, you know, certainly you could use smaller pieces and just piece them. But if you have one big piece that's going to go all the way around, why not, right? So you can see how that's just perfect the way it is. And it's not going to be visible from this other side. So let me just cut this part off. And then I'm just going to keep this because you always need little pieces for whatever. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put this up here. Not to be wasted. And then this is going to go under here. And actually, I'm going to put it right beside where the window is. There, and no gaps. And then I'm going to put another piece underneath so that that part doesn't sag when I put it in the mail. So that's there. And I'm going to pop this piece here. And then I'll just put another piece up here. and then a piece down here. So that should support that very well. Okay. So now what we want to do is put our sequins and things right in the middle here. So what I'm using are these little iridescent shaker circles. Now the colors aren't really, you know, the colors of the paper, but you know what? I'm okay with that. They're iridescent, they're going to shine, they're going to pick up colors. And then I also have these little loose daisy embellishments, and both of these are in the annual catalog, and they're just little flowers. Let's see if I can. Yeah, aren't they cute? So I'm going to pop a few of these in the middle. And then I'm going to put some of these loose iridescent little circles as well. When I first got these and I opened it, I don't know what happened, but I had little iridescent circles all over my desk. It wasn't pretty. All right, so I'm just going to pop some of these in here. If you get a few runaways, don't worry about it. You can sweep them up later. You just want to make sure they're all in the middle for when you're putting on the gluey part. There, I hope that's not too many. So I'm going to get them away from the edges because the static electricity, actually maybe what I'll do, I just had a brainwave. I think I'm going to take my embossing buddy and just rub it on the window sheet so that it eliminates any static that I might have. So let me grab that. And you can find the embossing buddy in the, I think it's, not sure where it is. I think it's in the winter mini, which by the way expires in 2 days. So, so this is just like a little powdery thing, and it's not going to affect the card at all, but it will stop the static electricity. So I still have the cover on the foam strips, so I'm not too worried about getting powder on that and it not sticking. So let me go ahead and take this off. And hopefully this won't fight back too much. All right. All right. Okay, so I am going to make sure everybody's where they belong. And then I'm just going to center this right over where I want it. Ta-da! There. So there's our shaker. There. Isn't that cute? Simple. So easy. And then our little kitten is going to go here. Now, one thing I did forget to do, and I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to grab a piece of the garden green. So I need my grass dies. Here we are. And a few of the leaves. Now you could go ahead and do some of the, you could do the branch as well. I'll cut it out. No, then I'd have to get another piece of paper. There is a branch here. You could also put the branch on if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to do some leaves and some grass. So let me put this over here. I'm just going to grab my cutting, my cut and emboss machine. Put my scraps on there. Some grass. And my plate is here. So here's our grass and some leaves. All right, so what I should have done before I glued this closed is, oh, that's going to work anyway. Okay, so I've got my glue, and I'm just going to put some grass along the bottom of the window. I'm just going to stick that like under there. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Shaker cards, I think, are one of my favorite things to do. Okay, and then our kitty is going to sit right here like that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on her butt, and she can sit right there. Isn't that adorable? Oh, too stinking cute. And then we have our leaves. So let's see. I probably won't use all of these, but just make sure that our dies are all put away so that they don't get knocked off the table by Her Majesty Georgie, because she loves to be on this desk. I've had to shut the door because she was driving me bananas. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of leaves under here. So cute. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue like on the, just on the tip of the leaf like this, and I'm just going to stick it underneath the window sheet, or like on top of the window sheet like that. And here's another one. I'm just going to stick one over here. Ah, stuck to me. Stick one of these little ones over here as well. But I think that's enough. I don't think you need like lots, right? There. So cute. So cute. All right, so that is our leaves. I'm just going to put this, I have a little box of cut out leaves and flowers that I've made before, so I'm just going to put those in there. And that can go in my scrap pile. So now we're going to do the happy birthday. So to do that, I'm using the dies from, it's called Wanted to Say, and we're going to be using the happy birthday. And there's 2 dies. So there's one that punch out the happy birthday, and then there's an outline card that, where's my original card here? That cuts out the black like outline part. So we're going to use those 2. And let's see, I need a piece of white. Now this is scrap, but I could probably still get at least 1 because I'm going to cut out 3. So it doesn't matter. This is going to be buried. So it doesn't matter if there's like stamping on the end. It's a great way not to waste, you know, a misstamp or, you know, something that has a little bit of dirt that you couldn't use for the front of the card. These are going to be glued together. You're never going to see this. So don't throw this stuff out. You can use it. And then I'm going to take another piece of good cardstock, and I'm going to cut out 2 more. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've cut out 2 happy birthdays. So I got 2 happies and 2 birthdays, but I want one of them to be shiny. So I've got a roll of packing tape here, and I'm going to take my packing tape. Oh, I always struggle with this. I have a love-hate relationship with packing tape. All right. So I want to make sure that I don't have any wrinkles in it. So I'm going to cut it. And then I'm just going to lay it down right on my basic white and not hopefully have any wrinkles in it. So I'm just going to place it right there. And then I'm going to cut it out like this. Okay, so you can see where I have the tape. I do have a little wrinkle there, but I'm going to avoid that when I'm cutting it out. So let me just cut this off so it doesn't get stuck on my machine. Okay, all right, so let me cut this out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut out the shiny happy birthday. So there we have it with the packing tape on. So we have a glossy birthday. I don't know, it doesn't look glossy to me, but it is, trust me. And then I also cut out a piece of the background. So this is going to sit on here like that. And then we're going to put that on the card. So let's go ahead and assemble that part of it. And I've got my little mini glue bottle right here. Yeah, I just bought these on Amazon, and I just put, it's amazing how much this holds, to be honest with you. And I just pour the glue right in there. So let me just pop out my little holes here. And again, you know what? Just use scrap for this part of it because it's going to be covered by this. And then it's going to be the back, even if there's ink on the back, it's going to be glued to the happy birthday part. So I wouldn't, you know, worry about that part of it. This one, obviously, you want it to be nice. It's a shiny one. So there's that. And then we'll do our birthdays. See, this one has ink on it. It doesn't matter. It's going to be covered. Okay, so there's that birthday and another birthday. Okay, so cute. Let's get all of this out of here. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put a few little dots of glue onto the back of this. All right, so just little tiny dots, because I don't want to have seepage when I put my layers together. So I'm just putting little wee drops. And then I'm going to layer this guy right on top of the other one. Okay, so now I have, and all this does basically is give it a little bit of stability. A little bit of glue there. And then I'm going to take my shiny one. Oh, you can see the shine there a little bit. And I'm going to flip it over. And the same thing, I'm going to just put little dots to hold it in place. And using the glass mat is great, because if I do get a little bit of glue onto the glass mat, it just washes off. It's water soluble. So just make sure everybody's lined up here. And then I'm just going to pop that right onto the back of that. And there we have our happy. And it's all shiny and it's nice and thick. It's 3 layers. So I'm just going to pop this over here, and I'm going to put a block on it to hold it together while it marinates. So here I'm going to do the birthday. So same thing, I'm going to flip this guy over, and I'm going to put just little dots. What a lovely day it was today. I had to go and pick a quilt up from a customer about, I don't know, half an hour away or so. And we had a little visit and a tea. And it was just a really lovely visit. But the sun was shining. Just a gorgeous day. I'm not a winter person. And so when the sun is out, I'm happy. There. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this right on there. Make sure it all lines up. And just tweak it if I have to. But I find if you do it that way, you really don't have to tweak very much. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the shiny one over. And same thing, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back. And as I said, I wish I could zoom in. I wonder if I can zoom in here. No, can't do it. No, darn it. I have to figure something else out. I hate to have to invest in a high-end camera. I don't want to do that. I used to be able to just swipe on my phone, which is what I have a phone up above here. Just an old phone that I don't use anymore. And for some reason now, since the last iPhone, not the last one, but a couple ago, it doesn't allow me to zoom, and it really irritates me. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and glue these 3 layers together. And then just tweak it if I have to. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to let that just go flat for a minute, and then we'll glue it onto this. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I guess we could do the inside of the card while we're waiting. So on the inside of the card, I have a piece of basic white cardstock that's 4 by 5 1/4. And what did I put on the inside of that one? So I used an old retired grandparent type stamp, but I want to make this a little bit more generic, like for a birthday card, like for a friend of mine or whatever. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to just use from the Be My Valentine, I'm going to use You Make My Heart Buzz. So I'm going to use that one on the inside of this card. So you make my heart buzz. You are right there. Okay. So let me grab a block. And I need my Sweet Sorbet ink. I'm just going to test that on a piece of scrap. Where's my scrap? Yep. So that's going to look nice. I just have a bit of ink on my block. That's when you get those, those crazy shadows that you don't want. And fingerprints and things like that. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so I'm just gonna pop that right there. And I think I'm gonna take a few of the hearts, these little hearts, and pop those around the words. Shoot. Yay, saved. Okay. All right, so I don't need that. So let's go ahead and glue this and put it on the inside of our card. I think this bottle's on its way out here. All right, so let's pop that in there. Wouldn't it be a shame if I opened this and it opened the wrong way? I can't tell you that I haven't done it that way because I have. There, okay, so that's the inside of the card. And so now we can glue this piece onto here. So we'll go ahead and do what we did before and just, oh, this little thing's driving me. Okay, put a few little dots. Just trying to think of what to make for dinner tonight. I'm tired of food, but I took out some chicken, so I might do butter chicken. And not from scratch. I hate to disappoint any of you Puritans, but I have a bottle of that butter chicken in a jar. So that's what I'm, oh, no. That's what I'm going to be using. Get back here. Phew, saved, okay. There we are. Okay, and I'll take my happy. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that right onto there. Let that sit for half a second. And then I think I'm going to put a little rhinestone on the middle of my flower. I think it needs a little something to go with all those shaker bits. So let me grab my, take your pick tool, and I'm just going to grab one of the small rhinestones and just pop it in the center of the flower. And I think I'll put a rhinestone on the eye for the birthday as well. I don't know whether that'll stick to the sticky, but we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and place that right there. So I'm just going to put some glue across here and just across here, because that will hold it in place. I don't think I need to go cuckoo with the glue. I'm going to cover up all my leaves. Shoot. Okay. That's okay. Just sit that on there for a second. Let it get acquainted. There. How cute is that? Yeah, I think the little rhinestone on the eye is kind of cute. And the little one on the flower. So I think that's a card that anybody would be happy to get. I adore it. I think it's lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, I used the Fluffiest Friends. I have a feeling this little set's going to get a lot of use. I just think it's adorable. Look at the little bunny with the cupcake. Oh my gosh. And a little beaver nest. Now I'm trying to figure out, there's the beaver with his little heart made out of sticks. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And the little birdie. So these are not quite at 100%. It says here, images are at 95%. So they are a little bit bigger than, you know, what it shows on here. Quite often they are the actual size, but these ones, because there's so many of them, they're squished down a little bit. But so that's the stamp set, and then the matching dies, of course. And then the dies that I used for the happy birthday are called Wanted to Say. And of course, I'll list everything below in case any of these tickle your fancy. These are in the annual catalog, and this is part of the online exclusive. So you will have to go to my website and click Shop with Me, and then under Shop, look for online exclusives, and that's where you'll find the Fluffiest Friends. And then these are in the annual catalog as well. Okay, so there's the cards. So now for the envelope, we will need a piece of designer paper. Let's see. I'll use the same one that I used before. So we need a piece that is 2 1/4 by 6. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 2 1/4. Now this is directional, so you want to make sure that you have it going the right way. So I think it's 2 1/4. Let me grab a ruler. So here's my envelope. Yeah, 2 1/4 will be fine. Okay, so 2 1/4. And then by 6. So here's one for another envelope. Excuse me. So let me take my envelope, and I've got my glue, and I'm just going to go around the flap. So I'm just going to draw a little line of glue around the flap. And then I'm going to lay this make sure you have your direction going in the right way. If you need to, fold your flap down and make sure that your hearts are going to be facing the right way. So I'm going to lay that centered right up to the score line on the envelope flap. There we are. And then all I'm going to do is trim away anything that isn't envelope. So I'm just going to trim. And if you have like leftover, what do you call this? Designer paper that isn't necessarily from the same set, but the colors coordinate, that's a fabulous way to use up retired designer paper, you know. And then if you wanted to, you could also take those little hearts. Maybe I'll do that. What did I do with them? Did I put them back? I did not. Oh, here they are. So I'm just going to put a couple of little hearts on the front. Be sure it's facing the right way. Oh, I did it again. Jeepers. There. Good thing these are see-through because you can reload them. There. So there's our envelope and there's our card. There. Aren't they sweet? Love them. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed spending the time with me as much as I enjoyed doing this with you. So once again, if you don't have a Canadian demonstrator and you're interested in any of these products, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out. And these products are all available right now on the online store and in the annual catalog. So Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again. Bye.